Today we are counting down the top 10 most popular Rush songs according to streams on Spotify. So let's kick off here. Coming in at number 10 is Free Will from Permanent Waves. So I think Free Will is a nice song, it's a good song, but to me the best part about Free Will is the bass run up to the guitar solo and then the guitar solo in general. If you're familiar with the song, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's this fantastic bass riff that Geddy Lee plays just before the guitar solo from Alex Lifeson, but it's very, very complicated. It's all over the neck. It's got great fills in it and great little licks in it. And yeah, I just think that's an amazing bass fill. The song itself is quite good, but I think that's the biggest part or the best part of the song for me. That song has 41.7 million streams on Spotify. So yeah, I think that definitely deserves to make the list. Okay, moving on to song number 9, which is Red Barchetta. Now, this one actually has less streams than song number 10, but that's the way it's shown in Spotify, so I don't know why that is. And Red Barchetta has 36.15 million streams. So Red Barchetta is off, of course, it's off this album here. Okay, what have we got? Moving Pictures. That one there. And to be quite honest, I like Red Barchetta, but I don't think it's as strong as some of the other songs on that album, which I'm pretty sure we'll see later on. But yeah, it's a decent song. I have to say it's a decent song, but I just don't think it's top tier. It probably wouldn't make my top 10 Rush songs of all time. And if you want me to rank my top 10 Rush songs of all time, please put it in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to do that if there's interest. But for me, Red Barchetta, yeah, it's a great song, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't be in my top 10. So that's coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Subdivisions with 41.7 million streams. Okay, so that's off 1982 Signals, of course. I don't own a copy of that album, but I do like Subdivisions. It's been a staple in their live set for many years before they stopped touring. And just in case you didn't know, they're going back on tour next summer. Of course, if you've been following the channel over the last week, you'll be well aware of that. But yeah, I think it's a good song, Subdivisions. Obviously, we're coming into the 1980s here with Rush, so it's really heavily synth driven by Geddy Lee. But I think it's a good song. It's it's kind of a pop prog song. It's not a very rock song. There's not a whole lot of guitar in there, but I do think it is a good song and probably deserves to be in the top 10. Again, wouldn't be in my top 10. So that's number 8, Subdivisions. Coming in at number 7, YYZ, or YYZ if you're from this part of the world. That has got 58.5 million streams. And of course, it's on the album I just picked out there a second ago, Moving Pictures. YYZ, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong. It is a good song. It's an instrumental song. It's nowhere near my favourite Rush instrumental song, and probably one of my favourite instrumental songs of all time. La Villa Strangiato, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I don't think YYZ is anywhere near that quality. It's a good song. It's a good song, but probably, again, wouldn't make my top 10 Rush songs of all time list. So we'll keep moving on with this. Coming in at number 6 from the debut album, the self-titled debut album, it is Working Man. And this one has 79.9 million streams. Now, to me, Working Man is an absolutely fantastic song. Of course, it's on their debut album, so it's the album that they recorded with John Rutsey before he left the band. And I think there's some great stuff on that debut album. Yes, it does sound a little bit like Led Zeppelin and a little bit like Cream, a little bit like Black Sabbath even at some parts, but I just think it's an amazing sounding album. It's a rock album. It's probably more a hard rock album than a prog rock album. But I think Working Man is a fantastic song, and of course it's really, really long. But again, guitar solos in this one by Alex Lifeson are absolutely fantastic, and I think that would probably make my top 10 Rush songs of all time, to be perfectly honest. And people seem to agree with me because it's up on number 6 on the list. Okay, moving on to number 5 on the list is Fly By Night, the self-titled track from the album of the same name, obviously. It has 66.4 million streams. Now, for some reason, Spotify doesn't list out the songs in order of the most streams. So it's a little bit odd. I don't know why that is. but we get the picture. I'm still taking it this is the top 10 stream songs of all time. But Fly By Night, yeah, from the second album by Rush. It was the first album to have Neil Peart on the drums. Yeah, I actually own a copy of it here, and I think it's an amazing album in the main. There is a few bits and pieces on it there. I've never been a big fan of Rivendell. In the end is okay. Beneath, Between, and Behind is pretty good, but everything else on this really rocks, to be honest with you. This song in particular, Fly By Night, I love the way it starts with that guitar intro. It's got those two sort of dissonant chords, and then it comes in with a sort of an arpeggio, and then the drums come in to join it. I think it's fantastic intro. One of the best rock intros or prog intros of all time. Brilliant guitar solo by Alex Lifeson on this one as well. But yeah, Fly By Night is an amazing song, and it will probably be knocking on the door of my top 10 as well. Absolutely. Okay, we'll move on here to number 4, Closer to the Heart. I've never been a big fan of it, to be perfectly honest. I think it's a decent song. It has like pretty much all the elements you would expect from Rush, but yeah, it's just never been one of my favourite songs. Not even on that album it would it be one of my favourite songs. It's got 90.5 million views, and I'm assuming it's because it's one of their more lighter tracks, maybe that it's a bit more popular. But yeah, for me, definitely wouldn't be in my top 10 Rush songs. Definitely not. But it's at number 4 on this list. So we'll keep moving on here. Coming in at number 3 is The Spirit of Radio from Permanent Waves. Yes, absolutely love this album. Absolutely love this song. One of the first Rush songs I ever heard back in the day, when I started listening to the band. It's a fantastic song. It starts off with that very memorable hammer-on and pull-off lick from Alex Lifeson, and then it comes up with the drums and bass, and there's a whole breakdown, sort of a ska reggae section in the middle of it. And yeah, a great guitar solo as well. But I just think it's an amazing song. It's an amazing rock song, an amazing prog rock song, and definitely would make my list of my top 10 Rush songs. Spirit of Radio from Permanent Waves, and it's got 139.69 million streams, which isn't too shabby either. Okay, coming in at number 2 on the list here is Limelight from Moving Pictures again. Okay, a lot of stuff from Moving Pictures here, a lot of stuff from Permanent Waves. But yeah, Limelight is a fantastic song. Starts off kind of real rocky with that intro. It's a great riff by Alex Lifeson in the intro, and then we come into a section, the chorus, or I don't know what you call it, a chorus, but it's very kind of where the intro is kind of, and the verse is kind of more rocky. The chorus is a little bit quieter, softer, melodic, but still really, really great as well. Then it goes into an absolutely fantastic guitar solo by Alex Lifeson. The guitar solo on this, like the pacing of it, it kind of breathes, and it's not like a straightforward guitar solo. He's not just blistering through it at breakneck speed, and he's not going through it at a kind of a leisurely pace. He's holding back, he's pushing and pulling with the song, but he's also doing his own thing, and it's quite an odd timing. You really should listen to it if you haven't listened to it in a while, or if you haven't listened to it at all, because it's an intriguing guitar solo on Limelight. But I absolutely love the song. I think it's amazing, and it's got, what have we got, 167.24 million streams as of this moment in time. Okay, coming in at number 1. Is it really any surprise? Tom Sawyer. It is the quintessential Rush song. Of course, it's on that same album again. It's on Moving Pictures, but it's a fantastic song. Absolutely brilliant. It's got, what do we say, 382.2 million streams, which is just phenomenal, unbelievable. But I think it pulls in all the elements of Rush. It starts off with that synth, real spacey synth, and then the drums come in, and they're really, Neil Peart really nails it on this one. Like he's a fantastic drummer anyway, and I haven't spoken about him enough on most of these other songs, probably because I'm not predominantly a drummer. I'm a guitar player. I play a little bit of bass, but yeah, I think Neil Peart on this one, absolutely fantastic, nails it. And the drum beats, the fills on this song are so iconic. Of course, we've Geddy Lee in there. Not only is he playing bass, but he's playing all the synths and keyboards on this one, and it's very 80s sounding, but they do a great job, I should say, of staying away from falling into the traps of 80s production with, reverb and gated snares and stuff like that. I think because at the start of the 80s, they're kind of not getting pulled into all that yet. And I think it still sounds fresh, and it sounds like something in that sweet spot between the late 70s and early 1980s in terms of its production. And of course, Geddy Lee again, absolutely fantastic. Lyrics in this one are amazing as well, as they are in most of what Neil Peart writes. But Tom Sawyer, yeah, definitely deserves to be in the top 10, and it's no surprise to me that it's at number 1 on this list with over, what did I say, 382 million streams. Absolutely phenomenal. So just looking at some of the honourable mentions on this, okay, so I'm just going to go through the stack of Rush CDs I have here and mention some of these honourable mentions. There are some songs here that would definitely be in consideration to be in my top 10, and they haven't made this list. And again, like I said, some of the songs on this list wouldn't make my top 10. So just starting off here with Permanent Waves, okay? So Jacob's Ladder is a song that hasn't been mentioned on this list and would definitely be in my top 10 without a shadow of a doubt. I absolutely love that song. It's got, again, great guitar work in it by Alex Lifeson, obviously. The rest of this album is still strong. I think this is a very strong album, Permanent Waves, but probably nothing that would sneak into the top 10. I got Fly By Night here. So on this one, I think Anthem is a fantastic song that would probably sneak into my top 10. And By Tour and the Snow Dog as well is another fantastic song. Don't know if that would sneak into my top 10, but definitely an honourable mention. In terms of Moving Pictures, okay, there are some songs here that weren't mentioned, and I think all first four songs were mentioned. Yeah, so there's Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, and Limelight. But in my opinion, The Camera Eye, Witch Hunt, and Vital Signs are all extremely strong songs as well. And I think that this album, sometimes the second half of this album gets a bad rap, but I'm really enjoying this one at the moment. So would there be anything on the second half that fits in my top 10? Probably not, but still very strong material all the same. Okay, haven't talked about this one. 2112. I'm kind of a bit surprised why none of the songs on this particular album are included in the top 10. Like the title track is 20 minutes long. It's a full side of vinyl, or 21 minutes long. But for some reason, doesn't seem to be so popular with, people who stream Rush music. And that kind of makes sense. You kind of need to be in a certain frame of mind. If you're not a big Rush fan to listen to 2112, not me. I can listen to the song 2112 anytime. Absolutely no problem. I love it to bits. But yeah, I get why it wouldn't be in the top 10 Spotify playlist. Definitely in the top 10 for me. And then there's a song at the end of this album called Something for Nothing, which I think is a hidden gem in the Rush back catalogue. That should be definitely in the top 10 here. It's a fantastic rock song, and I'm surprised it hasn't made the top 10. Moving on then to Caress of Steel. This was the third studio album. A song like Bastille Day is absolutely fantastic and probably deserves to be on this list, and probably would sneak into my list. And then we've got the big epics on this one, The Necromancer and The Fountain of Lamneth. They're decent songs. Apart from that, there's not much else brilliant on that album. And then we've got Power Windows, which to me, this is 1985. We're in the middle of 80s production on this one. The Big Money is a decent song, but it wouldn't be anywhere near my top 10. And then there's nothing else really on this album that would fit into the top 10 for me. And then I've got this one here, Roll the Bones. This one's, of course, from 1991. And I do like the title track on this one, but I don't think it will be anywhere near my top 10. So let me know in the comments below, what's your top 10 Rush songs of all time? If you want me to do a video on my top 10 Rush songs of all time, I would be delighted to do that if there is interest. So please let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, stick a like on it, subscribe, and I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.